Ripple just made their most audacious return to date. The SEC is currently playing along. A secret constraint has put Ripple on a tightrope for more than a year, preventing them from raising the kind of money they require to support their empire. However, that leash was cut on August 8th without prior notice. A silent regulation change that now allows Ripple to replenish its war chest with institutional funding once more was made without any publicity or disclosure. Additionally, there is currently a strong demand for cryptocurrency. You can be sure that a significant amount of money will be going to them, avoiding the very regulatory chokehold that the SEC attempted to impose. The litigation is now concluded, but it was an interesting one. No victory lap is held. Brad, where are you? Where is Monica? In a larger game, what we see is the first move. One that takes place in marketplaces, bank vaults, and boardrooms where the majority of investors won't see the transactions unless XRP's price movement reveals otherwise. Here, it's not only Ripple. The conclusion of this judicial battle has caused a domino effect in the cryptocurrency market. From low-key purchases that might change international payments to fresh investment coming in, XRP's whole investment philosophy may be changing. Meanwhile, rumors of an early altcoin season are being sparked by the movement of Bitcoin and Ethereum. However, the data indicates a mixed and distinct picture. Let's get started. Additionally, a concerted federal effort in Washington is rewriting crypto's rulebooks in a way that will essentially transform the world overnight. Let's begin. Everything is related. Everything counts. Thus, the SEC lifts Ripple's bad actor ban in this initial piece. This is significant. The SEC discreetly lifted Ripple's bad actor disqualification on August 8th, which prevented the business from using reg to raise money. Thus, they are exempt from registering and going public with their business. With reg, they are able to raise funds. They were prohibited from doing so after being branded as bad actors. Now that it may raise money from authorized investors without having to go through the entire SEC registration procedure, Ripple has quicker and less expensive access to funding for growth. Do they now require this capital? You betcha, because they're making acquisitions left and right, moving swiftly here, and I believe they're just warming up. Strategic ramifications. This might significantly strengthen Ripple's aspirations to become a nationally recognized bank. Since they are attempting to obtain Fed access and a banking license, it is likely beneficial to have that bad actor prohibition removed from them as well. It makes perfect sense that the SEC is cooperating. Bill Morgan, a legal expert, claims that this is just another victory for Ripple. The removal of regulatory restraints is just one more step away, and soon this nation will have regulations, one of which will be a gamicker. This is when things start to get interesting. Finally, the SEC's case against Ripple was dropped. SEC Commissioner 𝗙𝗶 is the source of this. Minds that were previously preoccupied with litigation can now focus on developing a transparent regulatory framework for cryptocurrencies. I enjoy that. Instead of demolishing, let's focus on constructing. After then, 𝗙𝗶 Ripple CLLO's statement, which is actually the only one from Ripple, declares the end. We're back to business now. We've witnessed massive celebrations from Ripple, you know? They hosted a lavish celebration with plenty of activities. After 𝗙𝗀𝗃𝗃 made boastful claims about his overwhelming triumph, there is now only silence as both sides have dropped their appeals. Not much has been stated by Monica Long, 𝗙𝗀𝗃𝗃, or Ripple. Simply put, Stu is saying to everyone, yeah, it's over, rest it, we're going on now. What's happening? Well, a few things might be involved. Here, I would just be making crazy speculations, therefore, we'll make an effort to minimize that. However, one possibility is that they are preparing for a major announcement, or something like. Yes, there might also be a change at Ripple. You could see that this is the beginning of a new chapter. I had speculated early on that we may observe that. We'll watch it unfold. I have no reason to make wild guesses, but it's actually a wonderful thing. We put an end to this, we're going to move on. And it appears like Ripple is doing just that. The finish is evident from Stu. The only comment here, it's definitely back to business now. For the remainder of this year, they have some significant plans, you'd better believe it. This is what you need to know about everything. It's not about a certain point in time, such as okay, the case is over, the event is that everything is mutually beneficial. This is the symbiotic breakthrough. Regulatory certainty that has been secured. Ripple is advancing quickly. Judge Taurus XRP is not a security. As you can see from those initial rulings, when that dropped out, what did they do? Boom, boom, boom. You began to notice that this chain was receiving updates and investments, along with independent developers. The EVM side chain seems to be working quickly to get this thing up and running. They're leaving now as well, because you know that you must commit to spending the money, and that's what's taking place right now. Additionally, you observed that they attempted to purchase Circle, but were unsuccessful in their strategic acquisitions. They're going on now. They made a significant acquisition with Whale. They launched the stablecoin as if they were cooking, and I believe the XRP ledger will continue to progress and see more acquisitions in the future. We are aware that this is taking place, and I believe that more third parties will follow suit. Which is crucial. It can't be Ripple alone. The change is that a large number of autonomous individuals must be utilizing this technology. That's the change that's coming, and we're witnessing this Vivo Power thing right now, where these businesses are beginning to develop blockchain-based initiatives while keeping XRP on their balance sheets. There will be an increasing amount of that. Many will remark, well, these companies are small, so as MicroStrategies at the beginning. Take a look at their achievements. Who is little today? They won't be little for long once they start using this technology. This might quickly grow to be very large. That's what we're trying to find here. Now, the XRP investment thesis has changed. Perhaps not for you or me, but for many others worldwide. Currently, 93% of all XRP investors are making money, and many of us are quite successful. Really large, I mean, and as this keeps compounding, throughout the course of this growth cycle, it will get dumber. Institutions of legal clarity before they declared, hey, we don't care how great it is, we are unable to touch it. They can't now. They will now need to come into contact with it. It must be included in their portfolio. They will make that move. You will see. ETFs and other such items will be shown to you. And everything simply flows together. First, this court case came to an end. You have clarity now. You are welcome. To roll in, because of the increased costs, consumers must inquire, move fast, and include this in their portfolio. All of this is working in concert to promote adoption and growth. And that's what we will undoubtedly witness in this instance. Is altcoin season here yet? Altcoin season is constantly approaching. The altcoin season is approaching, but it won't be here until it does. Currently, the altcoin season index is 37 out of 100. For verification, you're searching for 75. It's too late if you wait for confirmation. Prior to confirmation, we would like to be included. That's what matters. We have taken that action. We are now awaiting the development of this.